We're back and we are going to start organizing. When we first started, the garage looked like this, a complete disaster area. Then we got it to this point, looking much better, but now our goal is to get it super organized.
You can save those for later. You never know when you're going to need them. That was a joke. That's what the whole garage is. Stuff for later that you never use.
Yeah. We bought these shelves from Costco and put them together in the last video. Can't get this any closer to the wall because of this lip on the concrete. Oh. So that's why we're going to have to twist one of these around. My mom's answer.
I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, yeah, right, I know. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm talking to all of you. So, and I'm talking to her, but yeah, the reason why we can't get it any closer is because there's this concrete lip on there. And that's why we had to get these long strips. Yeah. So the point is we're going to bend these, try to bend them and get them on there. I have to say we went to Home Depot and man, trying to find these was almost impossible, remember?
Yes.
No one knew what I was trying to say, and finally I had to get a piece of paper and draw the picture out of what I wanted.
So I'm gonna do the first bend at 8 inches. I work out. I'm a metal bender.
I'll walk it first, and I'm already standing on it.
Pick a hole, any hole. Okay.
Pick a hole, any hole.
So this is why I work out. We attach, if there's an earthquake, we're good.
Those are not going anywhere.
When stuff's all thrown in a bin, nobody wants to deal with it, so they just go out and buy new stuff because it's too hard to deal with. It's just a big mess.
This is where the transformation really started to take place. So while it may seem like we're just pulling things off the one shelf and putting it onto the other shelf, we are going through each bin to make sure that we want to keep everything that is in there. And then anything that I'm questioning, I'm actually running out to ask Grant about if he needs the items or if he will still use them. Anything that I already know, I don't need to ask him about, obviously. But one of the big goals for me was to get all of this stuff that you see on the floor up onto a shelf. He had a lot of items that never had a home, and there are also a ton of items in his car that he uses every day. And when he empties out his van, those all need to go somewhere as well. We also ended up getting a paint sprayer for all the projects we do around our house. And as you can see here, that was a goal to get all of that organized into one bin instead of the 3 to 4 boxes we had of all the different parts scattered all over the garage floor. My mom and I enjoyed so many funny moments as we were making this video. I decided to put all of those outtakes into a video, and that is shared secretly over on my blog. So I will link that below in case you want to see that secret video. If you are into organizing, you can only imagine how great it felt to get all of these painting parts into this one bin. I was so excited that I was able to fit it all in there and get it organized. And now we know this bin is holding everything we need when we want to do a spray painting project. And this just felt so good to get the lid on there and get this up on the shelf. Another huge goal was to get all of the wood off the floor and off this back wall and up onto the shelf. So of course, as someone mentioned, I don't have spiders and don't have rodents and things like that back in the wood, which we didn't really have anyways, besides a few spiders, which of course will be there anyways. But I just wanted it more organized. I wanted it to be safer where it's not going to fall over on the kids if they run in there. And I wanted it to be a lot more organized. I also talked to my husband and we both came to the conclusion that it's better off for him to get the wood that he needs for each project when he needs it, instead of taking this extra wood home from projects that he doesn't need it at work anymore. And that's where a lot of this wood had come from. And now he's going to focus on only getting what he needs when he needs it. And then I am going through some of the bins that haven't been gone through in a really long time. We're just pulling things out, looking through and seeing what we still want and what we don't need. And my husband is also currently working on our backyard, which is why he's not involved in this project. Also, he doesn't really like organizing, so my mom and I love it, and we are happy to do it. First thing we're decluttering today is these packing blankets because I don't need 100 of them. And now that we've emptied out this box, I can put them in there and just donate them to either my mom's friends or whoever might want them. So we got 1, 2, 5, and they're huge. 5 packing blankets going away. This is the life vest. Okay.
Okay, so we'll use this bin for Grant's tall shelf. It's over there. I know what it is, but
that was, let me tell you, Grandma had bought a blow-up pool during pandemic time and all the leaves would land in it, remember?
we might need to get another pool, so keep that.
I don't think so.
You don't want another pool?
I mean,
Levi would like it, a baby one, a little one, for the patio. He'd like that.
we wouldn't need this, we would just empty it out. I guess
That's
if a turd went in there, we could...
Turd scooping, no.
I don't know what to do with this. We could donate it, I think.
Okay.
You're just thinking
I'm just
all
thinking
the
all the time.
things she could
As
do.
soon as I get rid of it, I'm gonna need a net. Let's just donate it. There's the donation bin.
Over here, I'm just gonna put that with the... Ooh, 5 plates.
Right in, it went right in.
This bin ended up being the perfect place to store all of Grant's drop cloths and one of the packing blankets. He needs these for his jobs, and previously they had no home. They were scattered everywhere.
I'm showing you this for free now. Ready? Bing, 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 bing. Ta-da! All right.
Okay,
That's a good one, bin.
boom.
Bottom bin. Boom.
We were making a ton of progress, but of course there are those moments when you start to think, will this project ever be done? It's completely worth the time we're spending now so we can be organized in the future. But there are these moments where I do think, wow, this will just never be finished. We found another drop cloth, so I was just finding the bin that we had already put them all in to add this last one into there. Okay. We're making huge progress, even though it doesn't really look like it. I'm starting to get a little overwhelmed. I just stopped and stared at everything for the last 5 minutes here. I just want it to look so good, but I feel like it still looks like a disaster area.
Well, it's a garage with a lot of stuff in it. We're only, I'd say, about halfway through.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a lot on the floor we got to deal with, but look, we got that whole thing set up, most of Grant's stuff there, and we just slowly have to go through it.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah,
just
I think
keep chipping away.
Why don't we do that? We'll pick that up. We'll move your Christmas tree. Let's start moving that all over there, and
that would be good.
And then visually it'll help you so you don't get discouraged.
Yeah. Moving these items around really did help me because I felt like we were really starting to make progress at this point. What I focused on was moving all the items that are not for our home and are not for projects. They're the things we would use if we went on a vacation or the Christmas decorations, for instance. And we also had our ice chest, things that we definitely keep and use, but we don't use all the time. So I put all of those at the top to get them organized, but also out of the way. Everything else you see here is something that we use on our home or on a project. I was just going through this area here, some of the kids' stuff, and a giant cockroach came running out, so I stopped for a second and I don't know where it went.
Hi, you gonna help us? Be careful because it's dirty in here.
Safe in here for you. We just got back from Costco and I got this set of bins. It's 4 and they are 12.9 quart and they were on sale for $7. So I thought this was a really good deal, and this will be a great way to really organize some of those things that are in larger bins, break it down. And I love clear bins because even though it might look a little messy, this is the only way to really be able to see what's in there, and it makes it so much easier for when you're trying to find something. As you can see in the background here, we are actually making quite a lot of progress at this point, and my little helper joined me here. He was super excited to get these bins opened, but I did say we had to know what we were going to put in them first before we opened them and started just shoving items in there. I wanted to make sure that we designated each bin to a certain type of item so we didn't add more clutter. I'm here at the drawer area, which we haven't even attempted to do any kind of organizing with, but I have these bins and I think it would be a lot clearer and easier to see taking all of this type of sandpaper and just putting it all in one bin. And then we can actually use these drawers for something more productive that we get to all the time. This whole entire cabinet set and drawer set came from one of my mom's friends that lives in the same housing area that she does. And this is the exact kitchen that is in my mom's home that they were redoing and gave to us. So we put it in our garage. What did he say about it?
He doesn't need it anymore.
It's going! Everyone always tends to stand right in front of the camera, and it always makes me laugh, especially when I'm editing later and I just see someone standing in front of the camera the whole entire time. Now I'm just pulling things that we had shoved in this basket to get off the floor, and I'm asking Grant what he wants to keep and what he wants to get rid of. And here's some evidence that Grant actually came in and told us what he wanted to get rid of, but he mostly said he's going to go through a lot of this stuff later when he has time. Looks like this has been fixed in the past, and here's the problem. Here's the problem. See how the bottom of the drawer is actually bowed and coming out? And I'm not sure how that's gonna be fixed. Boom. It's funny to see what has been shoved up into these cupboards and never really looked at again or thought about again. Just found something that I can let go of. It's this drawer stuff. It never really stuck to the drawers, so it's going. This box of cords was actually something that I had put together from our previous home, and when we first moved in here, I did look through this box again to see if there was anything that we didn't need, and I felt we needed at the time to keep all these cords because I wasn't sure what they went to. But now that we've lived here for 3 years, I can definitely let a ton of these cords go because we just haven't used them, and so I'm just tossing them away and not thinking about it. Okay, we're getting rid of the packing blankets, some shoes that are perfectly good, Grant doesn't like them, and the big giant wrench is going. All of this is pretty much trash. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do with it, but this whole bin is filled. We're now back the next day and the final day, and I'm wearing a dress because it is ridiculously humid and hot on this day. I can't believe it! We're seeing under here for the first time in a long time.
Long time.
But all of this stuff we need to go through and figure out its home.
Oh, that scared
me. Oh my god.
I thought that was...
That cord got her, man.
I thought it was...
You scared me when you started doing that.
I thought it smelled something crawling up my leg. Okay, here we go.
You scared me.
Crab dancing, crab dancing. Okay.
I am so proud of us. We did this. It looks like a mess, but we hooked all these on just with these metal straps, and there's no way these are going anywhere. All the miscellaneous stuff I'm gonna put back in here into the organic cashew box. And that way at least we just have it, but we know it's in here. We have so many screws, it is absolutely ridiculous. We could open up a Home Depot screw aisle section with the amount of screws we have, but I am trying to separate them into different categories. My goal is to clear this completely off, and Grant does not have time to do that right now. He is actually working on the backyard. I will have a full video on that coming soon. But for now, anything that's in a box like this, I'm just gonna stick up here so he can go through it later. This will be all screws up here. And then anything that I feel is more home stuff we use all the time, I'm gonna put in this drawer. And then we're gonna try to put safety stuff in a bin like this, put it up on there. And then we'll have another bin with nails and, I'm looking at my mom behind the camera, nails and whatever other random things.
The hose and stuff, the box. Yay! Yay.
I've been wanting to hang that for 3 years now.
Yeah. What?
Thank you, Grandma, for helping.
You're welcome. I'm happy to see it done. Ta-da! We did it!
When we first started this project, it was completely overwhelming, but we kept chipping away at it, decluttering, cleaning, and organizing, and now our garage is completely transformed. This really proved that you can do anything you set your mind to, and we worked hard, and this garage is so functional now and makes me happy to be in here. Thank you so much for joining us today. Click right here to continue watching more videos.